Between one of the biggest potential flops in the series' history, an identity crisis with its TV shows, and an overall lack of narrative through line, things are not looking good for Marvel Studios right now.
Look at all this f***ing... Who's putting all this in the bin? How much is in the bin?
So let's talk about the unmitigated disaster that is modern-day Marvel, and where it went wrong. I don't think we need to go over anything that happened between Marvel's Phase 1, 2, and 3, as that's pretty well documented, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's watched this channel has at least seen one of those films. Unfortunately, things really did start to decline with Marvel's Phase 4. Some of it, yes, was in fact due to the pandemic, but you can't deny some of the blame also has to go on the poor writing and visual effects of the projects that came out in that time.
You did not have to do that. You knew you did not have to do that. How could you have done that? Can you live with yourself?
Financially, projects were going to be impacted due to theaters being closed for such a long time. However, we didn't see nearly as many streaming numbers either. And you can't use the same justification to that fact. Because I mean, what? People are going to be too afraid to go to a theater, but are also going to be equally as afraid to turn on their TV?
I don't think so.
Unfortunately, one of the things that was a huge contributing factor to the decline of Phase 4 was having to try to live up to the post-game of Endgame. I mean, think about it. You have the culmination of the previous 11 years of Marvel Entertainment all coming together in one film. Of course, anything that comes after that is going to feel not as substantial for a while. And that's why when they announced that they were going to be building towards Secret Wars, it gave everybody hope. However, I don't think this is the right time to get excited. Because think of it this way. Look at all of the Disney Plus television we've gotten from Marvel. It's been really hit or miss. And look what we're going to be getting in the future. I mean, for every Werewolf by Night, there is an Echo. What do you want us to do here? And I do know that there's been a lot of studio interference, specifically coming from Disney, wanting them to push more and more projects to Disney Plus, which unfortunately is a detriment to the studio, considering they're not actually running their television studio franchises like they should be. They're running them like independent movies and not actually having dedicated people to work on the series as a regular show would. Unfortunately, they're just pulling people from the films, putting them into television, and just saying, make it work, instead of hiring professionals that have actual knowledge and know-how on how to make a television series A, compelling, B, cohesive, and C, good. These, along with the contributing factors of not having actual named stars, necessarily, or really brand recognizable characters as your core Avengers lineup moving forward, are helping towards the downfall of Marvel. In the new book, Reign of Marvel Studios, we also learn that Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, and Brie Larson's Captain Marvel were all going to be built up to be basically the face of the new MCU moving forward. However, things absolutely fell apart. Sony's deal with Marvel fell through. Famously, we didn't know if we were going to be getting another Spider-Man movie for a long time until they finally brought it back together, reportedly even having a drunk Tom Holland calling Kevin Feige crying begging him to make a deal. The unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman, and the decision not to recast the character of T'Challa, and everything that's going on with Brie Larson. I don't know what you want me to say about it. But apparently she's now coming out saying that she has become disillusioned with Marvel and most likely will not be returning in the future. And unfortunately, this is all coming together with what is being reported as a reboot after Secret Wars. Which honestly makes sense, considering basically all of your first series Avengers are gone. They're going to be wrapping this up with the culmination of the multiverse and theoretically consolidating it all back into one planet. Some of the biggest and baddest villains, besides, any of the Fantastic Four X-Men ones, have already been benched, and we don't have Marvel's first family or the X-Men.
Look, gang, a door.
I wonder where it leads.
We'll never know.
So realistically, this is going to be the thing that makes the most sense. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Being able to reboot the universe and bring back the characters that are fan-loved across the world, and have them actually be able to interact with other characters they're wanting to introduce after the Fox acquisition, it's going to be the most beneficial thing for their company. And in reality, it'll give them a chance to really wipe away all of the unwanted effects of Phase 4 and 5. We'll be getting a whole new team of Avengers, meeting the Fantastic Four, probably a whole new team of X-Men, and we'll have a new streamlined continuity. we won't have to worry about somebody jumping in 38 films into a series. Or keeping up with all of the Disney Plus shows, which, let's be honest here, not many people are. It's unfortunate, but honestly, the emotional highs and seriously impactful scenes of the first 3 phases really haven't been hit with recent entries. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm alone in thinking this. I think many people think and know there is an active decline in Marvel, and it's across the board. I'm really hoping that Marvel can get their stuff together, but realistically, this is the longest running film franchise with the most amount of entries that we've ever had. And unfortunately, they've just been spreading themselves a little too thin. But what do you think about this? Comment down below and let me know. Are you excited to see an eventual reboot? Do you think that Marvel needs to have a restructuring internally, as well as with their films? And are you just sick of these Disney Plus shows? Because personally, I know I am. Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you'd like to see more from me, click right here. As always, have a great day and I'll catch you in the next one.